Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Crash Landing episode 30, recorded on the 17th of January 2014. And in this episode, we're going to carry on with Kerbal, but there's some extra special news. Say hi, everybody!
Hi.
Hi everybody!
Hi everybody.
So, to change things up a little bit, we've got, I've upgraded my ship. Now I can fit the Commander plus 2 crew. So I've got Commander Alien and Commander Shorty on the line. Just for fun, because it's episode 30. It's an arbitrary decimal number and we should celebrate some way. So there we go. How are you doing today, Alien?
Oh, I'm okay. I've slept a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, you've had the day off, haven't you, Shorty?
I've had the week off. I'm on the WKD way.
Yes, we've all got something to drink here tonight. So I think yours is a mug of tea, though, isn't it, Alien?
Yes, I prefer tea. I'm not one for alcohol.
I don't normally, but I thought, hey, celebrate! Yay! Dear. Yeah, well, why not? Why not? So, you know.
Meh.
So there's one thing I forgot to mention in last week's stream, actually. This silly little arbitrary thing, but I thought it was an interesting fact to do with Elite, actually, was David Braben tweeted something about a white paper talking about the weather conditions on brown dwarf substellar objects. It was a bit techie, but it was an interesting read. So I kind of just randomly tweeted back to him saying, I was like, oh, when are you going to break the news to the Elite Dangerous dev team then? So they've got to add this new feature of weather on the stars and whatnot. And to which he responded, they've been on it since the beginning.
It's crazy. He knows every little
He
detail.
knows everything about space. Yeah, it's really freaky.
Yeah, they're very thorough.
Tell me about it. And as soon as he mentioned that in the tweet, actually, it kind of just made me think, that reminded me of that concept art we saw right at the start with the one ship going through all the gas clouds and all of the static discharges around it, like the weather systems there. So I thought, well, yeah, they've obviously got it in the bag there.
I have to admit, if that had been me on Twitter, I'd be, oh my god, David Braben tweeted me!
do you know what? That is the freaky thing. In the space of a week, I got a tweet back from David Braben, John Carmack, and Nobby, who's the guy who's leading up the development of Carmageddon. In the space of a week, like three my favourite people to do with video games.
I've seen his mobile. It is true.
It is true, yeah.
I not believe it. I didn't believe him. I was like, yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
It's true.
Actually genuinely happened and stuff. Oh dear. So what are we doing? I completely forgot what I'm doing. I think I'm doing a couple of missions. I think we can make it to the moon in this episode. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to slap a couple of extra boosters on the bottom of this rocket. I think you guys can see it. Is everything coming through okay on the stream?
Yep.
Cool, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it is for me. I don't know about Shorty.
Still can't remember password.
Are you still trying to log on? Oh dear, dear, dear. See, this is what
Oh god, yeah, I just remembered. That's my old.
That's why you can't log on. Yes, we won't go there. So I'm going to add a little extra fuel to the top because I think I need a little bit more fuel for what I want to do. So we're going
I watched the
Yeah,
I
Karen.
watched the film Gravity today.
Oh yeah, how's that actually? Because I've been meaning to try and catch it at some point.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Do you know how the film Alien? At the start of the film, they had like 5-6 people.
Yeah.
And then they quickly all got killed off, and the second half of the film was just Sigourney Weaver.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of like that.
Gravity is like that. Most of the film is just Sandra Bullock, but it's like, wow. I thought when I went to watch it, I thought it's going to be boring,
Yeah.
but it's
yeah.
not.
That's my first impression.
It's not boring.
No? Oh, that's good. That's good. No, I've heard it's more kind of, I can put it hard sci-fi, isn't it? It's more realistic and, you know what I mean? Yeah.
As opposed to soft.
Pardon?
As opposed to soft sci-fi.
Yeah, there is such a term. Yeah, genuinely.
I'm a noob. I don't know.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, I logged in there. I'm wrong.
See, I think the issue I've got now is this craft just doesn't have enough doesn't have enough rotational maneuvering capabilities. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I've got it. Yes, I've got a reaction wheel. Excellent. So I don't know if we. I think I only need it. Carry on. Yep.
Something weird has just happened on Twitch. Now, normally when I type something into Twitch, I have Alien Explorer in blue because that's my Twitch login name, and I have a green square with a sword in it because I'm a moderator.
Okay. Yeah.
I've just typed in a reply to Petrus that Gravity got 10 Oscar nominations, and it now says me in red, and there's no green square.
Oh, I can't. No, it doesn't
and I
show
don't
up
know
on mine.
I don't know why it's done that because I haven't changed anything.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't done that on mine. It's the same. Sorry for that. Sorry, Commander Petrus. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't see you come in on the thing there. No, it's no, it's definitely showing up as normal on there. So I'm not sure what's going on. I won't change anything. I assume you still have moderator permissions anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't know who to.
But it shouldn't say me because I'm not logged in as me. I'm logged in as Alien Explorer.
Maybe that they might be working on a system change or something. Perhaps. Sometimes they change things. I imagine.
Peter says he sees things.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, coming up for a burn. There we go, cool. Giant rockets, so we get up to 3 kilometers on this one now. Solid boosters are excellent. They're brilliant for getting you up to altitude, but they can't be turned off once you turn them on. And Commander Talca 3 is on board.
Petrus asks, any blues about delays? I assume he's referring to the Elite Dangerous Alpha.
Oh yeah, of course we heard a little bit of news today about, not today, just recently about what's happening with the Alpha. I'm not too concerned, to be honest. I think I'm glad to see them, being a bit more realistic about it, and telling us honestly that they want to put more into the next version of the Alpha. I'm just really glad that the next version of the Alpha is going to have multiplayer support. That was the one thing that I was really looking forward to.
Yay! Yeah,
You don't have Alpha access though.
yeah, but you let me come over. Okay.
Well, you can come over and have a go. Yeah.
What it means is if the next version of the Alpha has multiplayer support, that will iron out all the little bugs with multiplayer ready for the beta.
Exactly. Yeah. See.
It means that when the beta arrives, that will have multiplayer support.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Because I mean, realistically speaking, when you look at something like the alpha beta process and stuff like that, they've said many times before that the alpha is going to be the individual parts of the systems tested, and then the beta would be all of the systems glued together in one shot with further tweaks to come. But you will see everything in the beta, so it's going to be epic times. Can't wait.
Hey, Alien.
Yes.
I can't see any messages from you this side on Twitchy.
No, we're having problems with Twitch again. My my entire Twitch chat just failed.
Yeah, Twitch is temperamental, is the best way to describe it.
I just typed something there, so you might be able to see it come through on there. But
I said hi to all the guys. Still seeing you. Hi.
Yeah, for some reason I'm logged in as me. For some reason, let's look at the list of people, because normally with being a moderator, I'm up at the top with Kerrash. So we'll see what it says when it eventually
yeah, it's
brings the
wonderful.
list
Like
up.
I want to be a moderator.
when it stops playing up, I'll make you a mod on there.
No,
It's not you're
just-
never on.
It has me as moderator, Alien Explorer, but for some reason when I type something in, I see me.
Hmm. No, I don't know.
Everyone else is seeing Alien Explorer, but I see me.
I can't even see
And
the
actually-
post you've sent.
I don't know what it's doing, but for some reason with everyone else who comments, I see two little symbols. I see like a clock symbol to time people out,
Yeah.
and I see a circle with a diagonal black line.
Yeah,
A black circle with that's the ban people.
The
And
ban
I'm not seeing
number.
those symbols anymore.
That's
Let
really,
me log
really
out of Twitch, or let me refresh Twitch and see what happens.
Yeah, that happened before, and when we tried to change it, you lost mod permissions for a few minutes. So, my Twitch chat is crashed again, so I'm gonna have to rely on you guys. Keeps crashing on me. Oh, there we go. It's the name of the show, and that's
Your
what
name.
that's what it does.
You
Everything
should
crashes.
change your name by default.
Change my name to Crash.
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
We've got 3 minutes to wrap up. So I've wasted the burn here because I've been chatting away and not realising what I've been doing. I've been wasting the fuel. Never mind. Let's get up to Apple Apps and then we can be in a better position. So yes, we've got solar panels on this one there, which is nice.
Oh, you managed to get that.
Yeah, we got solar panels on there. I did a bunch of boring, repetitive missions offline just so people wouldn't have to put up with watching it. And I managed to
your
get myself
points.
lots and lots of science points, yes.
Yay.
But it worked. It absolutely worked. But, see, that's the way that the science system works on Kerbal Space Program. From now on, I'll just say KSP when I say Kerbal Space Program. The science system.
Acronyms.
Acronym. You gotta love. Everyone loves TLAs. So yeah, the science system kind of works by. How can I put it? You can do the same missions, but you have to like do them in different places almost to get the science points up. So you know, it kind of encourages you to explore around a bit more. It's still obviously a work in progress. It's you know, it's I don't know whether it's alpha, beta, something like that. I don't know what stage it's in at the
What
moment.
does the solar panels enable you to do?
Well, they recharge my electrical power up in the top left corner here.
Just
That's pretty much all they do. Yeah, they recharge the electrical power. But the reason why it's so important is because the little capsule uses electric power to rotate. So
Oh, I can see Alien on chat now.
yay, cool. Hopefully that's working for everyone on there.
Yeah, Twitch logged me out.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, sat here doing nothing, just watching your stream. In the middle of the chat, Twitch logged me out.
Weird.
Meh. You drinking? Oh, I just seen you drink something. What are you drinking?
I don't know. It's some form of lager. I don't know. Oh, here we go.
I cannot possibly say the brand name.
Have you got me on speaker?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah, you might want to take me
Is
off
it
because I just
wrong?
no, I just heard myself.
Oh, sorry.
That would come up double. So there
I
we
just
go.
cut you off.
Newbies. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
know. You just can't get the staff around here.
Noob.
Yeah. See, this is the thing, isn't it? Me and Shorty have been agreeing how we're going to be playing Elite Dangerous when it comes out, and I'm going to be covering you all the time, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm basically going to be carrying the cows.
She's going to be doing the milk runs, and I'm going to be following her with the laser.
I'm a big mule. That's all I am.
See, you moan about him being your big brother and all the mean things he did to you when you were a kid, and there he is saying he's
I'm
going to protect
Backing
you
her
in
up,
the
I
game.
know. See?
I have to pay him.
You're just oh yeah, there's a cut. There's always a cut.
Oh, I know.
So, okay, I can't get rid of that thing, but never mind. We don't need that. No, I can't get rid of that. No, it won't go. Never mind. Right. Let's get.
What won't go? What have you done?
I've got a little friggin' menu bar that's popped up on there, and I can't get rid of it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right. So I'm hoping I can.
I'm just going to disappear a sec once I just plug in my headphones. Everybody, bear with me. BRB.
There we go. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do this burn maneuver coming up in 7 seconds, and hopefully this will get us in the right trajectory to the Mun spout with a capital U with an Ulma halt over the top of it. Come on then. Yes, hopefully this will work. So I've been practicing on this a little bit offline because I wasn't doing so well on last week's attempt, was I? Everything was going wrong. Although I did go a little bit crazier with the big conical design that you suggested, Alien.
Oh right, yeah.
Mm. I went
No,
on
I just can't believe that's really stupid, silly idea just for the sake of being silly. Actually did something.
It actually worked. We actually got into orbit, and it was, it was had enough thrust in it. Mind you, it had enough thrusters in it to quite happily, go anywhere practically. Well, there we go. I'm hoping we maintain enough fuel here to actually slow ourselves down and get on here. So I've set myself up in a really, really bad orbit on here. You'll see this in a second when it comes up on the stream. I'm kind of scooching right round over the top of the moon, and then it's slingshotting me around. But I'm going to have so much delta V that it's actually going to swing me outside of the Kerbal system, which is not a good thing. That's going to take a heck of a lot of fuel to slow myself down when I get there. Not a good place to be. Come on, we got to get this up. Oh, I've got about 2/3 fuel left. Come
Something
on.
I did recently on the forum was I went through the forum threads. Just a couple, not every single thread ever on the forum, just a couple of the threads,
Yeah.
with regards to wallpapers and art that Frontier have put out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I collected together from the wallpapers thread, which you can find on the forum,
Yeah.
and the newsletters, something like 150 odd images.
Wow.
And I put them together in one zip file, put it on my Dropbox, put the link on the forum in the wallpapers thread.
Ah, that's handy.
And I asked Ashley if it was okay, and Ashley said to me, well, I can't look at the zip file because we're not allowed to at work,
Oh, right.
but as long as it contains just images that Frontier have released, it should be okay.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Oh, that certainly makes life a little easier for everyone.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because if you wanted a complete collection of the images, you're hunting around all these different places.
Yeah, I found that as well. It was a little difficult to, find everything, and I've been trying to keep a folder full of the various bits and pieces.
And I'm not saying my zip file is the complete collection. It's just all the ones I could find in a quick search.
Yeah, and of course it's going to be keep extending, hopefully, with all the extra information. But that's a heck of a lot of images and whatnot they've put out, really. So fair play to them. It's pretty cool that they've put up that much information for us.
It's something ridiculous, like 89 megabytes in size as a zip file.
Oh my word, that is a heck of a lot of data. Fair play. I don't know where Short is gone. So I better check the.
She's probably gone out to the to PC World to buy a
Buy
set
a
of
new
headphones.
headset. Ah, that wouldn't surprise me. Ah, dear, bless. Let's see. Now, she is. She knows what she's doing with the computer. She had years of having to put up with me, so she definitely knows what she's doing. But she just seems to have nothing but bad luck, I'm afraid. There we go. Get myself into orbit.
I think the best way of learning how to look after a computer is to deal with problems yourself when things go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This experience goes a long way. Come on then, right. I'm trying to spin
So
myself.
what are you doing? What are you doing in Kerbal at the minute then?
Okay, so I'm heading towards the moon right now. So we got this blue arc. You're seeing 30 seconds as usual. This blue arc is where I'm currently going. What I'm doing, I'm lining myself up with the blue triangle-y shaped cursor down on the navigation ball here. And if I burn my engines for an estimated 10 seconds, that should slow me down enough to turn the blue arc into the yellow dotted circle, which basically means I'll be in an orbit around the Mun. And it's a really peculiar and off-axis orbit, but hey, maybe we'll land on the lunar poles or something like that, just for fun. So I've pretty much exhausted all science that I can do on the planet now, because that's one of the things I found is a lot of people don't realise you can do this, but in KSP you can actually perform missions where you land on different areas of the original planet you start on, the Kerbal, and in doing that, you do actually get science points. So if you go to the North Pole and land there, you get science points. If you land in the ocean, you can get science points for that. So it kind of helps to do a bunch of test flights to all these different areas, because you do actually get more points for doing it. So it is a bit tedious because you end up flying the same ship around a single orbit, dropping down into a single location. So for everyone's benefit, I did that offline. So. So we're gonna have a place. See if we can land. Maybe we can land in that big crater. That would be an interesting place to land. Don't think we've landed there yet. So you see, there is a little flag on there. If I get rid of the map, we can see there is a little tiny flag already on there. I landed in that little crater there. So yay! I did actually do it. Proof there. That's one of the things I like, is when you actually get a manned mission, so to speak, you can actually get the little guys to pop out and plant a flag down, and they persist there. So if you go off and do another mission, they are still there, and you can actually use them to target. So if you wanted to do something like set up a moon base, which would be really cool but a heck of a lot of effort, you could quite happily use that flag as a marker and then take multiple missions there. Later on in the game, something I haven't unlocked yet in this particular save game, but we can get all sorts of docking ports and things like that, and actually build bigger parts when we get up on the moon, so we can make little habitats and whatnot. That'll be something cool we can try later if you like.
Yeah, sounds very cool.
Yeah, there's so much in this game that I haven't had chance to go around and try out yet. And as always, I mean, the show's all about the viewer suggestions and whatnot, so if there's anything anyone wants me to show, then throw it in the chat feed and we'll have a look at it for you. So I think I'm going to get rid of that now. I'm in a lunar orbit. I think I'm going to... What shall I do? Shall I circularize the orbit slightly? We've got a half a tank of fuel left. I think we've got plenty of fuel. So let's. What I'll do is on the little nav board down the bottom here, the little green marker is the opposite direction to which I'm flying. So if I burn my rockets in that engine, you can see very quickly it's going to make my orbit more circular. It's all complicated math. I'm not going to explain it. As always, I'd suggest you go check out some people on YouTube. They've done a much better job than what I have. So here we go. I can shrink this down. You should see it shrinking down to a circle now, Alien. I think it should be showing up on the feed there. And what I want to try.
Yes.
So I want to try and get it down. So I will add a maneuver there, and I will try and bring this down so I land somewhere in that crater. Now, you can do this completely by eye. It is entirely possible to do this by eye, but very, very bloody hard. And I wouldn't suggest anyone try it. But no, you can just deorbit and everything by that. But if you set up these little maneuvers, you get the little blue cursor on the nav ball down here, which allows you to target which direction to go. Not only that, but you get the little speed indicator down the side here. So it gives you an estimate of exactly what speed you're going to have to achieve in order to... Whoops. For some reason that hasn't worked. I need to go look at the screen. What have I done? I don't know what I've done. Yeah, so it gives you a little indication of what speed difference you need to make from your current speed in order to direction of flight you've picked on the nav ball then from the maneuver. I think I know what I've done actually. I'm travelling the opposite way around the moon to what I was thinking I was travelling. So I was trying to bring the orbit down so that I would land in the crater from the one side of the moon, and I'm actually going clockwise around the moon in a strange polar orbit. Possibly the worst orbit you will ever see on KSP, but hey, this program's all about me making an idiot, so you making myself look like an idiot, so you don't have to. And I can't even say it, but there we go. And we've completely lost Shorty.
I think you achieved your objective then.
Yes. Achievement get. So I'm hoping we're going to come really close to the edge of this crater. We might even crash into it. So let's get ourselves set up now. Which direction do we want to burn in? Somewhere close to this direction. Right, there's our negative velocity vector. So we get ourselves set up there. Nice, snapped in there. So I may have to just like thrust away briefly in one direction because I think I'm going to get very close to the edge of that crater, but it should be an interesting experience. I could fly past it at several hundred meters per second. It will definitely be a hair-raising experience. So if I can land inside that crater, that's another area of the moon that I've explored then, and I'll get more points for doing that, which is always a good thing. Come on, right, we're going to get very close to the surface soon. I can see the edge of that crater creeping up on us. Ooh, this is a bit hair-raising. Not in a good way. Here we go, we're down to 7 kilometers, 6 kilometers. We are very close to the surface now. Look at this. This is like the worst the worst way of landing on here. Don't try this at home,
aren't
kids.
you supposed to leave the thing in orbit and detach the lunar module, land the lunar module, then do your mission on the Mun, and then take off from there with the lunar module and dock with the...
It can be done if
You're just going to crash the whole thing into the moon.
I'm just going to take the lander module off the top and just ditch the rest. I don't need the rest, do I? No, you can set that up. If you want to set up a really, really clever mission to do all that, it is perfectly possible. That's one of the really, really cool things about the way that KSP is. You can have all these, but you have to have the docking ports and everything, and I just don't have the docking ports at the moment. I've only got the detachment modules, so once they're explosive kind of coupling, so as soon as I hit them, they're done. They're one-shot deals. I can't reattach. But yeah, if you wanted to like reenact like one of the Apollo missions or something like that, once you've got the docking ports, you can very much do that by setting up 2 little parts to your ship and reattaching back in orbit, which would be very cool. And there is actually a built-in scenario I can show you if you want. Once I've landed this one and we've done a successful mission, I can show you that one if you like. I'm hoping is a... I'm very close to the surface now. Oh god damn it, this is no, too close. Okay, that didn't work. Look away people, nothing to see here. Okay, let's try that again. Right, okay. So let's bring the orbit back in here. See, there's a South Pole as well. We could always go there. Anyway, right, let's try again. Now that I know which way I'm going around the planet, I'll set myself up in a better orbit here, because I really stupidly went way too low on that ascent. I was just skimming over the surface. It wasn't a good way of doing it.
I think we've lost Commander Shorty for
Yeah.
the rest of this stream.
Yeah, it's a shame. I don't know what's happened there.
She's on Twitch.
Oh, she's
but
chatting away, is she?
Talking to us.
Oh, okay.
I think we've lost Commander Shorty.
Okay. Never mind. Well, it was nice to have her aboard for a short while, if nothing else. I'm afraid that my Twitch chat is really not working right now. I keep checking it. I'm not ignoring you guys, but for some reason it's just not coming up with any comments or anything. So I'm going to reload it quickly whilst...
Well, that's the good thing about me being here.
Yes, thank you.
Because my Twitch chat is working when it keeps me logged in. If anyone from Twitch is actually watching this stream, sort bloody Twitch out. I'm getting fed up of it, as is everyone else, I think.
Oh, it's just broken, isn't it? It's really, really broken. It just doesn't work. Okay, where on earth is that maneuver node gone to? I think we will need to thrust downwards. There it is. Okie
But
dokie.
the beauty of me being here is when you've got something like the Oculus Rift on, and you don't... it's not easy for you to look at the Twitch
I
chat.
can't see Nick.
Petrisk says, Alien, ask Kerrash how many planets are in Kerbal Sol system.
Oh, right. Yeah, good question. Can I? Yeah, I've got 2 minutes before I crash. Here we go. So, very quickly on the screen here, we got this Kerbin where you start off. It's got the Mun, which is the bigger satellite around it. And you've then got Minmus around there, which is a further out but a much lighter, smaller planet, so the gravity is a lot less. You can then zoom out, and I can show you there's Kerbal, the sun. There's the planet Moho closest to it, which is kind of analogous to Mercury. It's kind of like a parody of the solar system, if you like. You've then got Eve, which is kind of like Venus, very heavy gravity, very difficult to land and get there. Kerbin, which we just described. You've then got Duna, planet Duna, which is like Mars. The planet Dres, I think that's kind of like is it the asteroid Ceres? Is it Ceres in the asteroid belt?
Ceres. Ceres. Yes.
Yep, thank you. Then you've got planet Jewel, which is like Jupiter, which is a massive system of moons around that. There's even a moon called Lathe, which is quite nice. Then you've got one called Elu, furthest one out, which is a frozen planet on there. So quite a few at the moment. I don't know if they're thinking of adding more and more to it, but there's definitely enough for you to explore at the moment.
No gas giants?
Jewel is a big gas giant. It's
Right.
kind of it's a green gas giant, kind of like Jupiter, but very very old colour. And I've just missed my manoeuvre node. Damn. There we go.
What about the asteroid belt between Mars and what's the next planet?
On
of
Jupiter.
Mars? Jupiter or something.
Yeah, that's where you've got this one called Dres. But I don't think there's any like real asteroids in between the two or anything like that. It's I mean, they've only really got bodies in the system, which is something you can explore. And oh, hey, greetings, Commander Radar. I just saw your comment on that. Yes, you've got a mugshot of me. I'm sorry, you have to put it with my face now whilst I'm chatting away.
Petrisk asks, how hard is it to get to, for example, Duna?
Harder than the moon, definitely. It's once you get used to the pattern of getting from the planet to the moon, you get used to that. But the difficult part about Duna is waiting until the orbits line up. You literally have to find like a window where the orbits of the planets line up. It's really quite difficult to get there. I've done it in the sandbox mode. Because obviously when you've got all of the parts, it definitely makes the game a lot easier. You've got all of the rocket parts and unlimited resources and everything. I've not yet achieved it in career mode. It would be nice to try and do that in this save game at some point. But I don't think that's going to happen tonight, to be honest. It's going to take a bit more preparation.
Are you able to make the lunar rover?
Oh yes, you can actually. There's kind of an odd tech tree in this game, but it's backwards, but it's done so for gameplay purposes. The first thing that you have on the tech tree is all the various parts for rocketry. In the middle, you start to get parts for space planes and things like that, but eventually you get wheels and various other contraptions and stuff like that, so it's kind of backwards. You discover the wheel after rocketry. But yeah, you can eventually make little landers and rovers and things like that. I've seen things where people have like reenacted various ones. I'm not sure if someone's made something like Curiosity, the one which is currently on, is it Curiosity or
On Mars.
on Mars? Yeah, it is on the one on Mars. But yeah, it's do you know what I'm doing wrong here? I know what I'm doing wrong. Boom, bada, boop, boom. Oh, I've got one landing strut remaining. Yay! Something survived. Whilst I'm talking instead of not concentrating on what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know if someone's made something like the Curiosity rover, but yeah, I think you definitely could do it. You could emulate that. You could make little missions on there with the rover parts and everything that are available. I did try making proper little landers so that you've got like a seat contraption, which I'll show you in one of the things in a minute if I go back to the Space Center. There's a contraption you can put on. It's like a seat, unless you control any vehicle it's attached to externally, so you can get the little Kerbal to wander out and sit in the seat and control it. It's really quite fun. You can make some crazy contraptions with that. Yes, that was Petrus there. I was way too fast. I wasn't concentrating at all. The problem was I was slowing myself down horizontally, but I was already too low, so gravity was bringing me in. I should have been thrusting slightly slightly up to avoid that. So I'll show you the, is it Station 1? Mun Orbit. I'll show you this one. This was what you were saying earlier on, Alien, of doing a proper Lunar mission. It's nice that they've got some built-in things like this.
Commander Riger asks, have you chosen a ship name yet?
No, I've not yet. I wanted to give people time to you know, everyone to get in on the poll before they did it, so I've not chosen one yet. Do you know what the current lead-in one is at the moment, Alien? Or?
I'll have a look.
Thank you.
I will make my vote as well, because I haven't voted on it yet.
No, I don't think I voted myself, actually. I thought I'd just leave it for everyone else, but if there is I'll leave myself with the deciding vote if there's a stalemate between two of them. So what I'll do is I'll spin this around. As you're looking for that, I'll just do it. So so we've got this module here, which is one of the built-in scenarios that comes with the game, which is quite fun. Actually, you can see you've got these two little modules. And obviously on the right-hand side, we've got the return capsule and the fuel tank and everything to get us back, and then on the left we've got the lander module. So what I have to do is, we can only fit one of one crew in there, but we can fit 3 crew in this module here. So where are they? There they are. So this is what I love at this. So we've got 2 little dudes in the top and 1 little dude in the bottom here. So in order for this to work, I'm gonna have to. Who am I gonna pick? Bill. Bill. He's gonna have to go EVA, and he's gonna have to go around the back of here. So better get your little jetpack out, mate. There we go. We'll turn the lights on so we can see what we're doing. So, and this is really cool. I mean, obviously, in the Apollo missions, they could move between the modules, you know, through airlocks and everything in there. But in Kerbal, it's more fun. You have to go EVA and get your little spacesuit on. So we can take the little dude around the back here, and he can go in. So now we've actually got a person inside each one of these modules. Here we go. So he is actually inside this capsule now, controlling this one instead. So, whoops, I've zoomed in too far. So we can detach the module now, decouple, and here's Bill. Bill is now flying this little beauty here. So I think we've got a, do we have any? Yes, we've got some monoprop, that's okay. So once we get to, trying to think of the best place to do it. I could do it now. Yeah, I can burn now, why not? Let's just do this bit by eye. That's what we're all about on this show, isn't it? Did you manage to find the things, Aidan?
Yeah.
Still. All right, okay, carry on.
Commander Shorty asks, can I make a name up? No, Commander Shorty, the names have been... There was a period where people were submitting names, and Kerrash chose 20 out of all the names submitted to make into a poll, because he can only have 20 options. So if you look on the forum, there's 20 names to pick from. You can pick more than one name to vote for. And it wasn't any change from last week when I said it was Jammy Dodger and Unlimited Liability on 8 with Misfire on 7. That's still the way it was until I voted.
Oh.
And it's now Jammy Dodger on 9.
Oh, okay.
Unlimited Liability on 8 and Misfire on 7.
Excellent. Cool. Rightio. I will shall I leave it one more week, do you reckon, or should I
It says this poll will close on the 3rd of the 2nd, 2014 at 11:06
Oh, I thought I put an end date. I thought I'd leave it until the end. Well, the next version of the alpha will be out then, of course, so I can use that as my ship name, can I? That'd be excellent.
Commander Riger says he didn't choose the best one. No, Shorty, you can't drive.
Oh, Shorty votes for Misfire, so you're going to have to get on the forum and click the button. You have to do it. I can't do it for you. So let's go on a lunar approach. We just touch down, get some surface.
I can't remember what my suggestion was.
No, I can't remember now. I've got
I'll have to look through the thread.
yeah, I've got them all written down in a very large text file that I tried to organize them into categories. There was a couple which were very similar, and there were a couple which were slightly less than appropriate, so I had to kind of take a couple out, to be honest.
I know you didn't pick mine in the options. I know that.
Oh, right, okay.
My suggestion was wreckage.
Wreckage. Oh, yeah.
As in wreckage fragments of the remains of shipwrecks or damaged buildings.
Right.
As in Kerrash wreckage, ship wreckage. That was my. I thought it was pretty good, but
yeah, I like
you
yeah,
didn't pick it.
well, no, I didn't. You know, I didn't want. I wasn't. You know, being biased or anything. I put them all into a list. I just ignored who'd done them, and I just kind of like picked 20. You know, distinct ones, and yeah, that's.
The thing is, because we can have multiple ships in Elite Dangerous, you don't have to settle on any one name.
Exactly.
You can have one ship called this, and another ship called that, and another ship called something else.
Plus, it's very likely that my first ship is just not going to survive very long anyway, so I need a few names. So, yeah. But definitely the first ship will be the winner of that one, and I'll keep the remaining ones anyway, and then when it inevitably gets destroyed, I can use one of the other names. So hopefully I can do this a little better this time. I'm coming in at a low angle again. I need to slow myself down a bit more before I come up with this approach. No, 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 no. Too fast. Way too fast. I'm doing this so wrong. I need to come in at a steeper angle of ascent, really. I need to reduce all of my my horizontal velocity. I know what I need to do, I'm just not concentrating on what I want to do tonight.
Gives you new respect for what Neil Armstrong managed.
Oh my word, yeah. I mean, when you go back and look at some of the footage, I mean, when they actually did manage to touch down the first time, it was very, very close. They had to kind of like last minute make an adjustment because the landing area just wasn't suitable, and it's really scary when you look at that. Oh dear, can't believe it. So I'm going to go to my sandbox mission now. There was something else we were talking about, wasn't it? Docking ports or moon buggies we were talking about, something like that?
Lunar Rover.
Lunar Rover, yeah. So I can mock something up on there. And the fun thing about it actually is you don't have to get anywhere. You can kind of make one of these little rover things and then mess around with it on the surface. So let's take something like if we let's get rid of that. We can get the lighter one. So we put why is that? Oh yeah, there we go. Put the smaller one. So we'll chuck in a remote guidance unit. That's always handy. Actually, let's just check see if there might already be one made. Oh, there's a mini rover. I'll show you that one a little quick. That's not actually a drivable, as in you can't get a little Kerbal to sit on it, but it shows you what you can do. There are actually, instead of gigantic rocketry systems and whatnot, there are these smaller components you can use to build things, which is really quite fun. You can make little things, and I did take this one on a another mission, and I actually managed to land this little rover on Juna, which was quite fun. This was one of the missions that I did successfully do. As you can see, this has got the sky crane thing, so it's kind of analogous to what they did with Curiosity. They've got this little rocket, tiny little fuel tank, 4 little rockets on there, little fuel fuel pipes there, and you can take it along. I'm gonna have to thrust a little higher. There we go. I try and straighten out. And I'm running out of fuel. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm going to end up breaking this thing. I know I'm going to have to do it. Oh! Let's just pretend that didn't happen. This is why we're called Crash Landing on this show. But anyway, if I demonstrate on there. So the idea is that you take this thing along. Whoops. And then not do this. That's going really well so far. There we go. You can detach the little rocket ship thing. Basically, that's what I was trying to to say is that you can drop it much like they did with the Curiosity and just get the little sky crane thing to fly out of the way. And I'm doing this so badly today. It's I would say it's embarrassing, but I don't care.
Just seeing you crash for the second
It's
time.
it would just crash and me crash and me crash over and over again. That's why it's more fun. You can see all this prototype debris over here, a kilometre away. So I'm going to head this direction. I don't know what I was doing, but last time I played this, I must have left something. Because the fun thing about this, you can go into sandbox mode and you can quite happily mock up crazy contraptions and ideas that you have, and then see if they work. One thing I just realised is obviously this little module's got 4 batteries underneath, which is quite good. You got the little control box in the middle. You got all sorts of various contraptions on. This is quite good. The seismic accelerometer, so you can get gravity readings. You can get little temperature readings, and all of this stuff now does actually have a purpose in the main game. You can use it to get more science points. So it's all handy. All handy to have these little things on, and you can. If I can toggle the antenna, I can extend the antenna there. I love that. And you can transmit the data, and you can use that to gather science points. So obviously sending a remote probe is not completely useless. You do actually get worthwhile science points for it. But it does take a while to get all these parts, though. That's the problem with the research tree. So I'm going to go over here. And I did notice that, these 4 little batteries under here, and it's got all these solar panels on, but right now I'm about 2/3 battery power gone. So until the morning and the sun comes up, this poor little rover is going to be dead if I can't get it.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to say, well, you've got solar panels, and they obviously haven't charged up yet. And it's night time. How are you moving?
Yeah, it is. It's one of those tricky little balance things you got to do. You can put various things on there. You do actually later on. You get these little nuclear fission rods that you can stick on there, and they provide constant power source. It's quite low rated, I think, but it just lasts forever, like decades sort of thing. And they did actually use those on a lot of missions. I'm not sure whether they're allowed to now because of all sorts of regulations. They are really cool if you can squeeze them on, but you don't get them until way on in the research tree, because obviously they completely negate all need for having any sort of electrical systems on there, because everything just works, quite nicely. But you've got to have that ultimate thing to get to, really, haven't you? So we've got. I don't know what's over there. It's 100 meters away. I think my battery's going to run out before I get there. It's the Proto SS4. Oh, this was my prototype space station system I was working on. Trust me, it was in fewer pieces the last time I looked at it. But yeah, yeah, I forgot I was making that. It's an idea I had. Hopefully, when I do get enough research points and whatnot, I can put together a proper space station, which is something I want to do. So now I'm in trouble. You notice I'm
Cough, Death Star, cough.
Death Star, yes, Death Star, yes. It would be nice to do a something that big, but it would take forever. I did try to do the, we did the experiment with a wheel to test gravity out. I did make a larger one of those to try it out, and it just rattles itself to pieces. So anything bigger than that is going to be very tricky, I think. I think the issue is the physics system of the engine underneath is just not designed to deal with things that crazy. So I just noticed a slight problem in here, that we've completely run out of electrical charge. And I'm still rolling because I never applied the brakes. The reason why that's an issue is because, being a remote probe, you can't manually apply the brakes because it's got no power now, so it won't receive any more remote commands. So I'm going to keep rolling sideways until the sun comes back up and we gain enough power. This is one of the great things about this game. Is, it's such an accurate simulation that there's all these silly things that can happen to you, which will screw you over. Even to the point that, this one's got fixed solar panels in that they don't move. You can get the better solar panels which provide a form of tracking. They actually follow the sun around. But these fixed ones, if you just happen to have them set up in such an angle that they're not facing the sun, then you get no charge, which I have done before. I have sent a mission off in a certain direction, which meant that it was practically facing away from the sun for the entire duration, and it meant that it never received any more charge until it swung back around. So I completely missed the orbit window I was going for, and it was a pain in the arse. Yeah, I'm basically knackered now. Until the sun comes up, this thing's broken, so I'm going to leave this. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building and make some other crazy contraption. So what are we doing? Docking ports, you mentioned, didn't we? Docking ports. Let's see what we can do with docking ports. Rightio. So obviously now we've got a few more people on, actually we can start talking about what we all cared about, Elite Dangerous, can't we?
Yes. Commander Rygar asks, does anyone know what the character limit is for ship names? And I don't think we know that yet.
No, I don't think that's been announced on there, but I can't imagine them putting in anything really, really extreme. I mean, you know, it's all going to get stored in a database somewhere, you know, it's probably going to be, you know, I mean, I think 255 characters wouldn't be a reasonable, you know, limit, you know, guess. You know, I think that would work. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. It's one of those unfortunate things. We want to answer all these silly questions, don't we? But Frontier are so busy at the moment doing all these other things. It's like I almost don't want to interfere.
I have to admit, I see a lot of questions on the forum, and I think to myself, just let them get on with it. Stop pestering them with silly questions.
I do feel, yeah, I do feel bad for the.
But people have got a right to ask questions on the forum. It's right that they ask questions.
Yeah.
It's just the timing.
Yeah.
What I get frustrated about.
No, absolutely. It's you know, they're really, really busy at the moment, and they are you know, trying to get everything ready for the alpha, next version of the alpha, and obviously, so yeah, I think we all have to be a little bit more kind of restrained and just let them get on with it. Let them bring out the next version of the game, and we'll get the answers as it comes along.
Find out all these things sooner or later. Yeah, it's like, well, someone asking, and I'm not saying anyone's asked this, I'm just making this up out of thin air. Someone asking something like, will we have furry seat covers in the cockpit? And it's like, just why ask that now? Why not wait till the game comes out and ask it?
Absolutely. But we will get there. We will get there. Patience is a virtue. I think that's the key thing.
Commander Rygar asks, is it confirmed that there is no other version before 2.0? I think he's talking about the alpha.
The alpha, yeah. So we know that at the end of the month, version 1.2 will be released, and we know at the moment that it's going to contain multiplayer, yay, which is going to be great fun. They haven't said anything else about other versions coming on with that. I don't know if there's anything else they can do for the alpha passes. I think I'd like to see some more of the systems integrated, so I can't see anything they might want to put into a 1.3 version of the alpha. So I would assume myself, or at least I would hope that we'd go straight onto a beta after that, actually, because we're going to be going into February past the 1.2 anyway, so I think it would make sense for them, you know, at that point to just say, look, we've done all the testing, let's just get on to integrating some more of the systems. I think that would be a fair assumption. Shorty, there's seat covers, yes. I wouldn't mind furry seat covers. It makes more of a difference when you're in the Rift. You look down and you've got the seat cover that you expect.
I can imagine how busy someone's cockpit would be if they had the furry dice hanging off, and they had the strip across the top of the windscreen with like Dave and Jane that you see on Ford Cortinas, and
Yeah.
the pink furry seat cover, and the little furry covers over the steering wheel or joystick or whatever you have in the cockpit, and oh.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'd love that.
Yeah, add in all the little tiny details, and it's like, how busy could someone's cockpit be?
Ah, brilliant. Yeah, I'd love to see all that.
Commander Shorty asks, will they have furry dice? They keep hinting at it, Commander Shorty.
Yeah, yeah, they keep talking about it, and we have actually seen. I think they have a mock-up model they had on the desktop of one of their people had on there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's more for a joke than
Ah,
actually serious.
but the 3D.
But then again, they put a damn bobblehead on the cockpit,
Exactly,
so you never know.
exactly, and the 3D model does exist. It's sat there on someone's computer, so it only takes like an April Fool's DLC release or something, and we'll have it. So, fingers crossed.
Hidden Easter egg or something. But you'd have to program in the physics for the dice, like swinging about.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people don't take for granted. Really, what people do take for granted, I should say, is things like this. Is they think, oh, it's just a pair of fluffy dice. It's like, no, it's like you are recreating something from the real world. It takes all of the effort of physically simulating it, modeling it, texturing it. There's a lot of work that goes into something as simple as that. It's not just a question of, oh, it's just chucking a pair of fluffy dice and there we go. You know what I mean? It's a lot of extra effort just to do something like that. So you've got to appreciate that as much as they want to have a bit of fun and put those sort of things in for us, that there are other bigger, more important tasks to get out of the way right now.
Yeah.
Definitely. So whilst I've been waffling away, actually, this probe here that you've been seeing for a while, it's got these two kind of star hexagon-shaped things. These are the little nuclear, radioisotope thermoelectric generators. Excuse me, I couldn't mute in time. I apologise. It happens. We're live here. That's what happens. So these are the two little nuclear generators that you get later on in the game, and they basically power you forever. We've got our electric charge. You can see is essentially, if I turn the engines off here, we've got a maximum electric charge of 200. And these two generators are just recharging it very, very quickly up in the top corner here. You can see it shooting back up. Because I've turned the engine off now, by the way. And this probe, actually, Alien, I don't. Can you remember? I think it was the original series of Star Trek. They had a one episode where there was an alien using an ion drive. Do you recall that?
I don't
at all?
remember
No.
too much about the original Star Trek series.
Love the original series. Love it. But yeah, they had an ion drive, and this ship here, with this probe, has an ion drive on it, and it works by electrically charging xenon gas particles and emitting them out of the back. Now it's very, very low thrust, admittedly. We're only up to 50 meters a second. The only reason this thing is actually getting into orbit right now is I've enabled the cheats to turn gravity off. That's the only reason it's actually flying at all right now. Once you actually get these into space, they are excellent because they essentially they just use electrical power to run. And well, they do use some xenon gas, but in order to get this far out, we've now we've only used a fraction of the fuel in this tiny, tiny little xenon canister. I mean, it's really, really tiny, this thing. It's probably the size of a Quality Street tin or something like that. And we've only used like a 20th of the fuel. The rest of the power has actually come from the electrical generators on the probe here. So it's a very, very efficient engine, but very, very slow acceleration. So really cool for doing these little probe things. And you can, genuinely get some useful information on that. I mean, this one's got this big antenna dish on the top, which I love this. I love the animation of it extending and retracting. It's awesome. Kind of collapses in on itself. It's very, very cool antenna. I love that one. But yeah, you could send a little probe like this around another planet with the ion drive, incredibly efficient drive, and then take temperature readings. And you've got this little gravimetric accelerometer thing here, so you can take readings on that. So if you get it into the orbits around some of the other planets, and you can transmit those those data readings back, you can actually get some pretty good science points in the game.